video games? What do video games mean to you?
Wait. I got caught up in the montage. What was the question again?
What do video games mean to you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, video games. Video games are what made me into the person I am today. Anime, comics, and manga played a huge part as well. You see the JoJo, JoJo on top, all those other comics and manga. Art in general is how I made most of my friends I have today. So who am I and what am I doing here, you ask?
Who the fuck is this nigga?
My name's Bonzo, and I'm an artist on Instagram that likes to draw OCs, anime, video game characters. And speaking of OCs, the OC you'll see most around here is Tunzo. He also happens to be the channel mascot. From when I created him until now, you can see the differences, but now I feel like I've nailed his design. I even made a comic about him a couple years ago that I haven't released. Maybe I'll release it soon so you can all learn more about him. I usually post my art on Instagram, but nowadays, it gets kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. I just post and then that's it. But I feel like with YouTube, I can build a bigger community and have people with the same interests as me. And I feel like that would just be really fun. And I also had that phase as a kid when I used to make YouTube videos, like Pokemon, Minecraft, Fortnite. It was so much fun back then, man. I just want to do it again, but be more serious about it. With me being an artist and loving games, I thought of something that I think is pretty cool. I take my love for video games, and then I take my love for art, and then fuse them into a channel where I play various different games I have played, or that I want to replay, or games I haven't played yet.
What should we call you?
Now hold on a sec. Having a name would definitely make us sound much cooler.
BONZO'S Arcade.
Yes, welcome to BONZO'S Arcade, where I do just that. I'll play a game, then I'll draw that game. I'll play the game, draw the game, I'll play the game, and then after I beat the game, I'll draw an art piece based on that game. There we go. I'll also show my process on how I made the piece, and of course, I'll be able to sell it to you guys as art prints on my shop, if you guys want to support. Well, I think that's enough for an intro. Get your tokens out, and let's see what the first game is at BONZO'S Arcade. The first game we'll be playing and drawing at the arcade is a game I hold near and dear to my heart. A game I don't think many people have played. A game so niche that I bet you have not played. It's Super Mario Galaxy, isn't it? Yeah, it's Super Mario Galaxy. Super Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite Mario games ever, along with Luigi's Mansion. Mario in general is my favorite video game character of all time, right next to Kratos.
Is dick riding all you do?
Some of my best memories as a kid came with playing Mario games with my big sister, like New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. That one mode where you battle each other, like you gotta find the star first or something like that. We used to be on that all the time. And of course, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. But when I played Super Mario Galaxy for the first time as a kid, it was one of the best experiences. My sister and I used to sleep over at our grandparents' house a lot, and my aunt and uncle, who were like teenagers at the time, my sister and I were like 6 or 7. But it felt like they had every game console. Game Boys, the Wii, PlayStation. And that's mostly how I played a lot of older games like Kirby's Dream Land, Super Mario World, etc. I'm going off track reminiscing, but when my uncle got Super Mario Galaxy, we were on that like every time I would go over there. The girls and their friends, they would be in their room. My uncle and I would just be in the living room playing the game all night. Even though Mario's my favorite video game character, I've never really drawn him as much as I draw other video game characters. If I can find an old picture, I'll put it up. But I thought, what no better than to start my first video with one of my favorite games. I actually wanted to try and play this on the Wii I played on as a kid, but my grandma wasn't able to send it in time. But luckily, I have the 3D Mario All-Stars, so I'm just gonna pop that in. And yes, I'm playing this on the Switch 1. I don't know about the Switch 2 right now.
Like, if you're a broke boy, just say so.
It's so nostalgic hearing this loud ass thing, dude. I'm so used to seeing my Mii as the planet, and I'm still mad they don't have Luigi as an option. Dude, this is like one of my favorite Mario openings ever. Next to Odyssey, it's just so good. And I'm mad they didn't capture this in the Mario movie. Like the blueprint was right here. I'm stuttering and shit, man. This isn't a ranting channel, let me calm down. But no, I really like this opening because it shows Bowser using his cool sorcery powers, which is why I like the Mario and Luigi games, because I feel like he uses it a lot in those games. I also remember as a kid thinking where the hell this random ass UFO came from. Like everything else is flying ships and boats, and then this high-tech UFO shows up. But it's space, so, you know. Yeah. So after Peach gets taken, Mario gets one tap by Kamek, and then he wakes up on a Gateway Galaxy. And I'm sorry, man, I gotta say this. Why wasn't young Master Apricot Loom a bigger part of the Mario movie? I saw that they showed him at the start of the movie, like with the little pacifier in his mouth, but that was literally it! And Mario did one galaxy spin! The other spin was a spin for Super Mario! I remember getting pissed off as a kid because these rabbits kept breaking my ankles, but I grew up now, so that's not gonna happen again.
Sure.
Bro, no. To my defense, my joystick has stick drift, so I don't know why it keeps...
Okay.
So after you find all three, this structure forms for you to talk to the GOAT, Rosalina. And let me just say this. Why wasn't Rosalina a big part of Mario? Okay, I'll chill. But most of you know what I was gonna rant about. And before we get to the next part, let's just hear this grade A voice acting real quick.
I've been watching you from here.
Huh?
This place is called the Gateway to the Starry Sky. My name is Rosalina. I watch over and protect the cosmos. To save your special one, you'll need the power to travel through space.
Okay.
Disaster has struck us. Just as it has visited you. Just as it. Fuck! Disaster has struck us. Just as it has visited.
Yo, I'm being so dead serious right now. That was the last time I spoke on this gameplay. I was talking a little bit throughout this, but like after this, I was dead ass silent the rest of the game. Spinning into the first galaxy, and the first thing I remember was me as a kid thinking these Goombas looked so weird. The regular ones are in this game, but the ones with the greenish, yellowish shade always looked odd to me. After we defeat all our enemies, we make our way back to the Comet Observatory. And this is one of my favorite things they fleshed out in the movie, along with that underground futuristic city. That was really cool. I know I was ranting earlier, but I really did enjoy the movie. It just didn't feel like a Super Mario Galaxy movie to me, if that makes sense. After Rosalina gives us the rundown of what's going on, she gives us a mission to go collect the power stars from the Terrans. So let's go do it. Sidebar, I really love the design of Polary, and I'm already thinking of how I can draw him with the other Lumas. The Good Egg Galaxy is nostalgic for obvious reasons. The music, the enemies, the boss. It just has that charm of being the first galaxy in the game. Just like the first level in Super Mario Bros. Is like one of the most known levels in video game history. Speaking of the boss, I think Dino Piranha is the easiest boss in the game. The only thing you have to do is run around him a couple
This nigga is trash. Saying it's it.
The only thing you have to do is run around him a couple times and hit his tail. Oh my god, I'm lost. After getting the star, we set up for the other galaxies, and I think I'm just going to show my favorite moments from each galaxy, because if I didn't, this video would be too long. And I know you guys want to see what I'm cooking up, right? Right? During my time replaying this game, I figured I'd do a piece of my favorite enemies, and of course Mario. So let's see how I went from this to this!
Huh?
You're not seeing it yet. Cue the montage.
This nigga.
First off, can you trust the process? And second off, after I beat a boss, I'll show their sketch that leads up to the finished sketch of all the characters.
Okay, you can proceed.
Shut the fuck up! Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Oh man, what the fuck is you doing, cuz?
Fight back! Fight back!
Now that I've beaten every boss that I want to draw, let's get to the main focus on the piece.
Mario!
Like I said earlier in the video, I haven't drawn Mario as much despite him being one of my favorite video game characters. So it took me a bit to figure out how I want to stylize him. And speaking of stylization, you probably noticed with Toonzo earlier, he's based off the 1930s rubber hose aesthetic, which I love so much. Mickey Mouse, Popeye, Cuphead, many of those rubber hose characters inspired Toonzo. And the yellow cape, that's Cape Mario, basically. I also implemented those rubber hose elements into my actual style. The pie eyes, the bubbly anatomy, and something else we'll get into later. This also causes a juxtaposition against another thing I love, the human anatomy. I love drawing different muscles and structures, and an artist that I love to study is the sketchwork of Tim Toretto. The way he exaggerates muscles almost makes the body look cloudy, but still structured, and that's really cool to me. It made me more confident on exaggerating certain parts of the body to make them look wacky or bubbly, but still structured in some way so you can tell I know what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So as you can see, I'm drawing Mario shredded as hell for no reason. I did draw him like this a while ago, but I felt as if it didn't fit for where I was going for this piece. Bowser, on the other hand, is buff as shit. I also wanted to have Rosalinda there at the bottom, as you can see through my various trials and errors. I couldn't figure out how I wanted her to pose, so I had to unfortunately cut her and switch her up with Bowser Jr. Which I do like how it ended up, because I did want to add the flying boats in the piece somehow, but I just couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it, so adding Bowser Jr. at the bottom with it, I feel like it fits. So with the finished sketch, the composition I was going for was Mario doing his spin and the bosses getting caught in that spin, so they're revolving around him. Or you can take it that he's spinning them off the page entirely. I'm not gonna lie, figuring out how I wanted to render this was a bit hard. I think it was because I had to figure out how much light from Mario's spin I wanted to shine on the characters, and I was scared that I might put too much blue or too little blue. That's why I just started rendering Mario first, because I knew how I wanted to render him, and halfway through rendering I thought, yo, this dude looks so weird. I just couldn't put my foot on what it was. And like 20 minutes of staring later, I figured it out. It was his nose. His nose was too big and his hat was too tall. I don't know why I drew it like that, but I figured it out. And I also have the Wii overlay on there because I wanted to print this out and replace it with the case I own. Next was Bowser Jr. I actually had the most fun rendering him, and he was a last minute decision, to be honest. But I'm glad I added him because it fits the theme of all the villains surrounding Mario. He also looked weird to me for some reason. I think it's because his eyes were too far apart. I'm glad I fixed that too. The light from Mario's spin that you can't see yet is casting a light on Junior's head. It's like shining from above. And I really like drawing that, like drawing light from above in general. And it's also blue, but Junior's like super green right now. So I added some atmospheric perspective and duplicated fucking dumb. I duplicated his layer and then filled it in with blue, changed the opacity, and I think I used the blending mode of soft light. I also played around with the color balance. I really like using color balance in my pieces. It just makes everything fit together. Yeah, use the color balance if you're trying to do like pieces like this or just with anything. I was actually really excited to draw Camilla because playing through her boss battle was really fun. I just already knew what I wanted to draw after I beat her. Like I had the whole pose in my head with the wand going in with the spin. I just knew exactly what I wanted to do. So it was really fun rendering her as well. I think the contrast between her yellow skin and like the purple clothing that she has is why I like her design so much. I did have some trouble getting the colors right. Sometimes I draw very desaturated, especially with drawing cloth. I have trouble doing that sometimes, but I'm getting better at it. In the end though, I'm very satisfied with what I came up with. I think she came out really good. Up next was Bowser, and you see he got Peach tucked in his arm. You're like, this my girl, man. You not. With Bowser, I think I like drawing his mouth and jaw area the most. I just like how 3D it looks. I can just grab in and just grab his face. Shut up. I also tried rendering some scales on his face. I did the same with Camilla and Bowser Jr. If you look closer, you can see it. I made his skin a little shiny as well. I think rendering Bowser's hair and just rendering hair in general is kind of tricky for me. I know how I want to do it now with this piece, but yeah, Bowser, it got me mad a little bit. I got a little pissed off because I couldn't get it right at first, but I like how it came out. Burrows was fun and probably the quickest character I rendered. I feel that it's because I already rendered so much of the characters now. I know how much blue I want to add from the spin, and his fur surprisingly wasn't that hard to do either. I think it's because I had to mess with Bowser for a while, so I think rendering his hat was the most fun to deal with this character. Even though King Caliente was the first shown in the montage, it was actually a last minute addition as well. At first it was going to be Baron Burr, but I liked King Caliente's design more, so I just swapped them. And I also thought his tentacle would fit in the composition more, because I can wrap it around, And I thought of changing Mario's spin into lava where King Caliente is, because King Caliente's boss battle was in lava. And it gave me the excuse to make the lighting on Bowser a little bit more fiery and more red. Bugaboo was the last boss to be rendered, mostly because he pissed me off. I was mad about Bowser's hair, but I tried doing Bugaboo earlier, but I just couldn't get his rendering down. I tried to have him have this like iridescence look, like that sheen that bugs have, but I didn't want it to get too dark. I think what I landed with is pretty nice. I just had a hard time doing it. And I also drew the bugs flying off due to Mario's spin. I thought that was pretty funny. Peach was surprisingly easy because she's so far, I didn't have to add that much detail to her. I think back then I thought everything had to be so detailed, but now that I'm getting better at drawing, you don't have to put that much detail in stuff that's not in the forefront. Some little details I added was Dino Piranha's little galaxy at the bottom left. I wanted to add something about him just because I couldn't add him in the actual piece of being in the spin. I also added the Comet Observatory in the top right. Since I couldn't add Rosalina, I wanted to add something that represents her.
Why are there gloves?
Huh? Why are there what?
Gloves. Why does Bowser and Bowser Jr. have gloves?
Oh yeah! Remember the elements of the rubber hose style that I said I implemented in my style? Gloves are a huge part of that. It's kind of my signature. Mostly every character I draw will have rubber hose gloves. I still have that urge to draw bare fingers, so sometimes I stylize gloves that are like fingerless gloves or they're ripping off in some way. Every character you see will most likely have gloves. That's just my thing. After I finished rendering Bowser Jr.'s ship, I started rendering the background and then onto Mario's spin. I haven't really drawn a lot of energy-like things like blasts and just energy stuff in general, so I was like, bro, how am I supposed to do this? I just started playing with blending modes and erasing some parts and adding random bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. Adding stars, and I felt like it came together pretty well. And with everything finished, I think it came out great. Let me know how you like it in the comments or any feedback you have. I kind of added like a little fourth wall break. I don't even know if you would call it a fourth wall break or like a panel break of Bowser Jr.'s ship breaking out of the panel. That's just something I like doing. And Camilla's kind of breaking out of the border too. I think this is the most characters I've actually drawn in one piece. Ha! So that's a pretty nice accomplishment. So with everything finished, I think we can start to wrap this up so I can start talking about... What? What's that sound? Oh no, I forgot to mention another character. This is Gaoto Gautama, the rival and top enemy to Tunzo. Like how Bowser is to Mario, Bluto is to Popeye, Eggman is to Sonic, he's the golden god who feeds on ink and color and doesn't stop until he has it all.
Dick riding all you do?
In this series, he wants to collect characters from various video games to harness their energy to defeat Tunzo. Welcome to... In this segment, I'll take a character who's not the main character of the video game I'm playing, and then I'll draw an art piece about them. And then Gautama can, take the character and harness the energy, all that stuff. Did I create this segment just so I can draw another character? Maybe, but go with it. This won't happen in every game I play because Gautama likes to show up unexpectedly, but once you see his logo, it's gonna be another character. The first character Gautama selects is
Rosalina and Luma.
Remember when I said, sidebar, I really love the design of Polary, and I'm already thinking of how I can draw him with the other Lumas. Honestly, after not being able to figure out how I wanted to draw Rosalina in the first piece, I thought of a whole new piece centered around her and the other Lumas. So let's see what I cooked up. As I said before, I really love Tintoretto and studying him. I also love classical art too. This piece was inspired by the Pieta by Michelangelo, mostly Rosalina's pose, and I referenced Michelangelo again with the creation of Adam, and I used Apricot Luma and Polary as, doing that little pose. Is that clean? Y'all like that? I also thought it would be really cool to stylize the Lumas as cherubs. Their wings would be star bits, and they will have these little rubber hose gloves. Hey, I never saw anybody do that before. So, hey, I think I cooked. Dude, I studied a lot of sculptures trying to get the rendering down, and I also tried to make them look shiny, so I added a lot of bounce light. I think I did a really good job. I really like how this came out. The story is all the other Lumas are witnessing the birth of the Apricot Luma, so they're all just doing their own thing, spinning around. I also added the detail of some of the Lumas going after the Starbit wings, like they're trying to grab it because they like Starbits. Overall, I had a real fun time playing this game. It's been about a decade since I last played, so there was a lot of levels that I didn't remember, and it was kind of fresh to me. Dude, that one robot level, I forgot that you had to throw the bombs on the actual coins to make everything blow up. So I was just there for like 15 minutes trying to get all of them blown up. It just took so long for no reason. Yeah, man, 2 pieces for 1 game. Can you tell how much I love this game? I had so much fun creating this, and I know I didn't show all my gameplay, even though I recorded like the whole game for no reason. I just thought I'd show more of the gameplay, like the bosses that are going to be in the piece, rather than showing every level. It would be different if I'm playing a game I haven't played before, then I'll most likely show more, because during that point, I probably won't know what I want to draw until I beat the whole game. When I was playing Mario Galaxy again, I already had an idea on what I wanted to do. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Both pieces will be available on my shop at bonzibonzo.squarespace.com. On desktop, you can click the arcade cabinet to see the pieces, and I'll even put the Cuphead one on there if you guys like that one. I really appreciate everyone who watched the video to the end. Thanks for coming to chill with me at the arcade, and until next time, peace out.